All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Christ I Am Disciple. And whoa, boy, I'm excited to talk about what we have today. So we're getting into it ASAP. I'm eating something, so excuse me for eating, but I gotta get into this. Gotta get into this for you all. All right. Here we go. Let's do this, baby. I very much do. I thank God for my fans. They'll get out there and take care of business if they have to. I very much do. I thank God for my fans. They'll get out there and take care of business if they have to. I very much do. I thank God for my fans. They'll get out there and take care of business if they have to. Passionate fans. I very much do. I thank God for my fans because they'll get out there and take care of business if they have to. Woo! Passionate fans. I very much do. I thank God for my fans because they'll get out there. All right. No, we hold you down, Zach, all day, every day. RebelMoon. Tomorrow is the day. Today is Thursday, the 18th of April, 2024. One day before RebelMoon. Woo! The hype is on. One day before RebelMoon. So I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Hold on a second. All right, first things first. First things first. All praise be to the Most High God. The Most High God comes first. Y'all know what it is. Woo! Okay. What you need will be doing this. He'll be doing a watch along of RebelMoon Part 1. And when Rebel 2 comes out tomorrow, we'll also have a watch along of RebelMoon Part 2. Now, I know that people in the Snyderverse, or shall I say the Snyder fans, they're also going to be doing a watch along in a group. I don't know if I'll be doing it by myself or in a group. I know Leonidas is trying to coordinate people to have a multiple watch along. I would love to have it with Damien, Anton, Vincent, but I don't know what's going on with Damien. So it is what it is. But I got my Netflix subscription. I was waiting for this. I need to see Part 2. I heard after Part 2, there's a Part 3 and so on. So the story isn't done at Part 2. Woohoo! So that much I do know. Excuse me for a second. Need to put something in my stomach. Sorry about the chewing. I know people don't like me chewing. I know. I feel you. I see the people still doing sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. I see that still going. Me, I'm still a restore the Snyderverse guy. I'm not necessarily selling Snyderverse to Netflix. But I see people, prominent people in movement, pushing for that. I'm not going to lie. Netflix is a great place to be. The thing about it is, I'm not really interested in seeing Justice League 2 and 3 in any other place but the cinemas. And I don't want a limited cinema release for that. So we'll see how things pan out. DC's kind of bankrupt when it comes to movies right now. I'm not interested in anything that's DC. Nothing. So, you know, it is what it is. So, let's talk a little bit about the Scargiver that's coming up. How many of you are excited to see it? Okay. All right. Me? Very excited to see it. I really want to see the director's cut. Not the what we're going to get, but I'll settle for that for now. If you want to support this channel through donations, this is the place to donate. To join on here and chop it up with me as a guest, that's the link right there. I'm just going to keep on doing this because we're going to talk about this movie. Don't let anybody's negativity stop you from being excited about this movie. I want to see it. I don't know who it was I was talking to on Twitter. Tell them, don't let trolls, keep you from enjoying what you love. Because those trolls, they're going out of their way to hate, which means they probably have an agenda, which is to try and undermine the thing. We don't care about them. I'm always interested for Zack Snyder's projects, of course. Just eating a little something before I get into it. We'll get into it, don't worry. For those of you who are waiting for this moment, waiting for this time, it's upon us. Those of you who got to see this movie in the cinemas, I envy you, but it's all good. Now, I know there was an event that happened where people got to see the movie in cinemas and then a meet and greet Zack Snyder. Kudos to you guys on getting that opportunity. I'm so happy for you. Mm-hmm. In the watch along, we'll try and raise some money for suicide prevention. I'll put the link there. You guys can go to the link and donate, okay? If I find people to collab with, I'll collab with them. I want to keep the Restore the Snyderverse hashtag going as well. All right. Well, I am completely sweating. I'm drenched in sweat right now. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's really good. Okay. Yeah. Let's get into it. So, restore the Snyderverse. Rebel Moon coming up tomorrow. Very exciting time. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be a very exciting time. And I can't wait to see the rest of the movie. But let me tell you what's happening tomorrow, okay? I'm not going to be viewing this movie during the day. During the day, I got to work. So it's going to be somewhere in the afternoon. I'm going to go and see the movie. Koj, my brother. Jump on, my brother. Yo, my brother. Free Palestine all day, every day. You know, my brother, Lord Koj, in the building. Right, he just passed through. So Rebel Moon Part 2 was lit. Oh, you saw it. Man, I envy you, bro. Hey, listen. Can you hop on here and just excite us a little bit? Just tell us a little bit about Rebel Moon Part 2 without saying anything about it. Hop on, man. Just click the link. It's this link here. Hop on. I want to hear a little bit about it. And I want to talk to you a little bit about Free Palestine as well. If you can, that'll be dope. Yeah, without spoiling. I don't want. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm going to see it tomorrow, for sure. I wish I could meet Damien. I could get him to come through here. Maybe I'll WhatsApp him. I will see. Without spoiling it, though. You got to without spoiling it. It is the Act 3 of Man of Steel, where Part 1 was Act 1, and 2 of Man. Okay. So it's got a lot of action. It's got a lot of action. It was the war part, I'm assuming. So they're gonna get some backstory for the characters, create some meaning, and then I guess everybody's gonna have the big shebang. Rebel Moon Parts 1 and 2 together feel like they should be a full movie, right? So I guess he had a big movie, and yeah, that makes sense. It really felt like Seven Samurai and a true conclusion to Part 1. Okay, but I know there's gonna be a Part 3. I know there's a Part 3. I know that already. Be right back at work. Oh, you at work? Okay. Cool. Yeah, man. So whoa, that's some good news right there. Lord Koj in the building. Much love to my brother. And he just gave us some exciting news about Rebel Moon. For those of you who are hyped to see Rebel Moon, Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I gotta do one thing. So I'm gonna disappear for a second. I'm coming right back at you. Right back at you, y'all. No, I don't have WhatsApp. Okay. Hold on. No, don't worry about that. I'm still here. I'm still present. I just remembered something. This is my boy Leonidas on Twitter. He says, as the hate cult watches us and Snyder with envious eyes, remember not to be distracted by them at the expense of your own happiness. Tomorrow, RebelMoon Part 2 releases. Get excited and block out the ones who seek to destroy. Yeah, man. And that's the Jimmy right there. He added the picture. Listen, man. If you happy about something, don't let nobody steal your joy. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody steal your joy. You know what I like about everything that's transpiring and everything that's happening right now? To be honest with you, if y'all don't know, I'm also What You Need on another channel. I've been at the end of some abuse, and I've been at the end, as some of y'all, a lot of y'all, for saying something that either is not popular or something that is true, and a lot of people do it, but the media and people are against it. And we're getting to that point now, especially with Free Palestine, where even the mainstream media is beginning to realize something's wrong here. And of course, Israel's image in the world has become disastrous. And quite frankly, Israel as a nation may no longer exist when this is all said and done. And I know a lot of people are like, what? I'm like, yeah, because see, you can't have a nation that's supposed to represent the West in the East, in the Middle East, and that, which is giving all of these unhealthy values of exploitation, of oppression, of terror, of stealing land, which is wrong. The whole we won the war, so we could just take what we want, even though the United Nations kind of designated spaces for certain people. You got the majority of the land, and you're not even the majority of the population. You're trying to get more land because you say God tell you. These kinds of things will never make Israel popular. And they talk about their democracy, but they're not. They are apartheid regime. So people are seeing Israel for what it is now. And unfortunately for them, I don't think their nation's going to last. It was known as the Palestinian Initiative, and I don't think it's going to last. And it doesn't matter how much censorship they try to censor us on social media. It doesn't matter what they do. It isn't convincing the world that what they're doing now is in any way legitimate or right. Not only is it not right, it's illegitimate. And as we started to look at the whole thing in a broader context, and that's what I like about RebelMoon. And for those of you who haven't seen it, Lord Kojay, I know you was putting out. I mean, I haven't been on Twitter that much, but I saw you were putting out some Netflix movies on Twitter, which were really nice to check out. So I checked out some of them. But one of them I really enjoyed. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but I ended up enjoying it. Was Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was dope. That was a dope series. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I got my Netflix subscription, so I'm gonna be checking out a lot more stuff on Netflix. But I always try to tell Lord Kojay, whether it's a popular opinion, whether it's a dangerous opinion, it's very important that we stand on truth and don't let anybody shake us or stir us. When truth is popular, people don't realize you have to walk the road alone. I remember when after 9/11, when George Bush wanted to invade Iraq, saying there was weapons of mass destruction. I was against that. I wasn't the majority of people. The majority of people wasn't for that. Most people were in fear. When the pandemic came around, I call it the plandemic. Again, a lot of people were in fear and they started obeying authority, sort of police state. And now we have this issue where we have Israel, which is a very powerful nation in the sense of this. They provide, intelligence. They provide software worldwide. They have expertise, and the Western world works both in in harmony with them. So they're kind of a strategic thing, and they literally reflect the image and likeness of what these subversive Western values are. What I mean by that is, and I mean, I'm grateful to be living in the West, and there are advantages to it, but by and large, the West is an empire. These Western European countries, or even the United States, they're empires. They're not democracies. We are under the illusion that they are democracies, but they're not democracies. Look at this upcoming election. Both Donald Trump and Mr. What's his name? Joe Biden. They are both war criminals. They're war criminals. Well, no, hold on. Donald Trump's not really a war criminal. Sorry, I take that back. He's just a criminal, right? He actually was behind the insurrection in 2021. Okay. Whereas Joe Biden is guilty of facilitating genocide. Okay. So those are the two choices they present to America. Now, I said, and I tell you, my American people, why don't you pick Cornel West? That's a guy who, has been speaking on behalf of Palestine for a very long time. And in addition to that, is a guy who has a lot of values that a lot of people would like. The people, giving back to the people. We, the people. The more we begin to realize that we, the people, are not being represented by our governments, and that goes for my country as well. My government in my country, again, they just high-handedly try to do things that are not representative of what the people, the grassroots people on the ground are, because a lot of these people who are put into government are put into government by special interest groups. And these special interest groups, they actually finance them, and therefore they want something back. Koji says back, and I agree with the West. It's not a democracy. They preach democracy values. They preach, beautiful values, but man, they gangster, man. They gangster out there. These countries, they come and they bring their assassins. You saw what Israel did to Iran's diplomatic people. Just killed out a whole set of them. And they're not wrong for doing that, because that's what the West does. Even the difference between what they call first world and third world nations. Why would you call people first world and third world? I'll tell you why. Because the first world nations go into third world nations, take all their resources, exploit them, give them chump change, go back to their place and amass wealth from them. Okay, they've been raping Africa. They've been raping all these countries in the Caribbean, even my country. The majority of the money from our oil, okay, BP Amoco, British Petroleum Amoco. They take the majority. Shell comes down here, takes the majority of our resources, and they pay a small royalty to us. That's how they play the game. And then we have to go and buy back the products from them. You know what I'm saying? Gangster. They just come in and take what they want. And if you question the empire, you question. And they have the audacity to say to us, I've seen the interview with Guyanese Prime Minister, where this guy's saying, well, look, you're selling off the oil, and oil causes pollutants, and blah, 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 blah. And the dude is like, wait, hold up, homie. You're buying the oil from us. And then what you decide to do with the oil, we have no control over. So why are you blaming us for selling oil to you when you didn't use it responsibly? You know what I'm saying? He checked the British dude. You got to do that because they think we're third world. So that means, you got to shut up and just take what we say, because they're an empire. They're not a democracy. You understand? That's why no matter how much, and the bulk of the world in the United Nations is against what is happening with Israel and Palestine. And the Palestinians, they don't have they have resources in their land, but it's being stolen from them. They're being bullied. They're being driven from their homes. I mean, Israel is doing every single evil thing you could think of to them right now. And how could we, in good conscience, who we've been taught and trained in the West, you don't bully people, right? There's all these anti-bully campaigns online, right? All that bullshit you've been telling us in the West, and then you go and you do the very thing that you tell us is wrong, and you defend that? Get out of here, man. Get out of here. 100% speaking the truth, bro. Man, I mean, bro, Cornel West has my vote of confidence, not the red or blue, who are two wings of the same bird. AIPAC checks. I'm saying, bro, not just AIPAC. There are other Israeli-backed things. By the way, I come from a Jewish heritage, right? I have family from Portugal. They were kicked out of Spain, okay? So when I say this, I'm not just saying this in a void, okay? So anybody who wants to say, "Oh, the Jews," hey, I'm a Jew. I could claim Jewish heritage, I could claim that. But no, when something is wrong, and if you study Judaism, you know what you're doing is wrong. Got to get back to work before I get in trouble. I'll check the replay as usual. No problem, my brother. Much love, bro. Much love to you, brother. And listen, as a true soldier, stand your ground. We are soldiers of Christ as Christians, and we are soldiers of the truth. And then the truth will set us free. And we must stand on the truth. We must stand on the truth out here. It don't matter what nobody says. We must stand on the truth. If we got to go down, we're going down speaking the truth. And that's what we did with the release the Snyder Cut campaign, where we elucidated the truth, and the truth came out and it set everybody free. And we're going to do that for the Restore the Snyderverse, because I'm not letting go of that either. And the truth will set us free. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand on something. Or you'll fall for anything. And there's a lot of people at the top that are compromised. These politicians worship God, guns, oils, and dollars. Yeah, the military complex, because they're getting paid from it. And there's nothing wrong with guns. There's nothing wrong with the military. But when the military is corrupt and all they want to do is do business so they can make more money, so they can make more ammunition, that's where it gets out of hand. And the system is so almost worldwide, actually. It's hidden under layers. But they work around it, and they always compensate these business people. Free Palestine all day, every day, until Palestine is free, period. And I'm glad that the United Nations is looking to try and make Palestine a state, even at the last minute. I also am very happy that the conglomerate of the Middle East is still fighting and campaigning for that. And I see they're trying to put sanctions on Israel as well, which I'm sure the United States will try to block, and Germany, both of them big culprits in this, as well as Great Britain, right? And again, the empire. And Zack Snyder speaks about this in Rebel Moon, the colonialism, trying to bring colonial powers down. And colonial powers are never good. It's about annihilation, rape your resources, kill the people, and start afresh with a new culture, our culture. The people who colonize. It's messed up. That's what happened with America, with the Native Americans, and it's happened everywhere, including my country. I'm part Taino, but my family line comes from Venezuela, but I'm part Taino nonetheless. And they destroyed a lot of our identity, but we're getting it back. We're bringing it back, because the truth always stays, and what's false disappears. Catch you later, bro. Keep doing your thing. You're awesome. Thank you, my brother. You're awesome as well. Heard Netflix is planning a total of 6 films for the Rebel Moon franchise. The 4KO, what's up in my building? 4KO in the building. Yo, this man be holding it down for entertainment. I've been watching your stuff too. Yeah, it seems as though it's 2 of 6. So this Rebel Moon saga, and then they're gonna have these little branch off screen. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna enjoy myself. Look, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not hype about DC, right? 4KO, you know this. I'm not trying to be a bad guy. I just not hype about DC, okay? I've been watching content. By the way, again, Avatar, The Last Airbender is pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, it kind of reminds me of Sweet Tooth. I think Sweet Tooth season 2 is about to come out. I'm looking forward to Sweet Tooth as well. I love Sweet Tooth. And it kind of has a fairy tale kind of feel, but it's mature themes in both movies. And they're sort of didactic at the same time. There's a moral to the story, something you can learn about people, yourself, etc. So I like those kinds of stories. Okay, they don't have to be action packed, but freaking The Last Airbender is lit. Like they fight, the fight scenes are lit. Okay, I'm now looking at One Piece. I was looking at One Piece a night, but I fell asleep. But I'm gonna go back and continue watching One Piece. It's about pirates and stuff. I didn't know it was an anime as well, but I'm really enjoying One Piece as well. So I'm just telling y'all, man, Netflix is lit. Netflix is actually going to have. I'm just kind of streaming across the boxing, but y'all gonna have to forgive me. Netflix is also going to have Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. So that's kind of crazy because usually when you're doing with sports and stuff, the stations, the cable stations used to be Showtime and HBO, but they let go of that they're not doing that anymore. So now it's Amazon. You got the PBC on Amazon. You got DAZN, which deals with sports, and now Netflix is going to take up Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Now, let me be real with y'all. As a boxing fan, that don't really like my flame, okay? But some of y'all like Mike Tyson and all that, so y'all gonna get. But the real fight is the undercards. In the undercard, the best in women, Amanda Serrano, 7 divisional champion, is going to be taking on Katie Taylor, who is multiple undisputed champion. I think 2-time undisputed, both at super lightweight and lightweight. So that's some lit shit right there. So, yo, that's a wicked fight. I think there's more really good stuff on the undercard. Jake Paul been doing a lot of good things for boxing. I don't necessarily like his circus acts with the fights that he has personally. But the other fights, they're real fights you're talking about on the card there. That's lit. I'm just saying, by the way, because I have a boxing channel. The 4KO says YouTube sucks. I don't get a notification when you went live, and I have been subscribed to your channel for years. I know. It's kind of whack, but my bro, I sometimes see your stuff on my feed. I don't really get to see all your videos that you put out in a day. The algorithm seems to take up randomly a video, sometimes from a couple of days back, etc. I don't know if you have to tweak your settings or whatever. And by the way, this is not coming from YouTube. I'm not streaming from YouTube right now. I'm streaming from StreamYard. So if you want to hop on here as a guest and talk about maybe things in DC, things you like to talk about, I haven't been following nothing on DC. I've just not been following DC. I looked at the roster. I know Joker's supposed to come out this year or something like that. I think there was a trailer or something like that. I'm just not. I'm so not tuned into DC anymore. I'm like, so I don't know how to say this, but I'm tuned out from DC, and that's terrible because I really was excited for DC and what DC had in store, but just not. I'm just not there anymore. I'm just not. I'm just disinterested. 4KO says I'm not hype either. The hype isn't there for me. Yeah, bro. DC and Marvel, both of them, they're just like flopping all over the place. They're not doing well. And it is what it is. I mean, you have to be able to cater to your audience at least. You have to put out something that at least the audience would appreciate, the audience would like. And usually, if you hear your audience saying something over and over and over and over again, probably should give them. You know what I'm saying? But man, these people have egos out there, and they decide, this is what they're going to do. So they're doing, and same thing's happening in boxing now. With boxing, the gods of boxing used to say, take this, you take this, and don't question us. Well, they can't do that no more because fans ain't buying the pay-per-view anymore, and they're not tuning into the fights anymore, and they're not buying tickets to go to the fights anymore unless they're legitimate fights. So then they're going to learn soon enough in this social media environment, you have to work in tandem with what the people want. So they're starting to give us the fights this year in boxing as well. 4KO says, sorry, bro, I'm at work. I wish I had time to jump on. Maybe if you are still on at lunch. When is lunchtime though? When is lunchtime? Right now it's 11:33 a.m. I believe this is what is this called? Atlantic Standard Time. I think I'm in Trinidad. Remember, my bro, I'm in Trinidad. So I don't know if I'm ahead or behind you. Maybe I'm behind you by 1 hour. Maybe I'm same time with you. Is it right now by you 11:33 a.m. or is it 10:33 a.m.? You may be an hour behind me, or you may be, I don't know. What time is it by you? I need to jump on your thing. 10:33. Okay, you are an hour behind me. Okay, cool. Well, this is what I'll say. I don't know how long I'll stay on here. I try not to keep my streams too long. Right, I'm 36 minutes and 43 seconds in. And I'm still learning this. Yeah, you're Central Time. Cool. I'm Atlantic Standard Time, so I guess the East Coast and my timing is about the same. So it's cool though. I will be on tomorrow in the night. So let's start like maybe at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, your Central Time. So that would be 7 o'clock your time. Maybe I'll come on, or maybe a little later, but maybe 9. And then we're running, man. We're gonna do the marathon. We're gonna do Rebel Moon marathon. We're gonna start with Rebel Moon Part 1. We check that out, and then we're gonna go into Rebel Moon Part 2. That's about 4 hours, so get me somewhere in the morning. I'll finish streaming that stuff, my reactions. So if you want to collab tomorrow via StreamYard, and we just stream the whole thing out tomorrow, or if you want, and then of course we can always chop it up after and stuff. I could also stream it on YouTube. I could do it on YouTube as well. I haven't used the YouTube one, but the thing about it is when you do it with StreamYard, we could hop on, like you could hop on, I could hop on, or I could hop on your thing, and with the link. Hey, the other thing is I want to raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So we need to have the link. I'll have to have the link in the stream so that people could donate their money to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, because we're still raising money for that. So as we're watching and reacting to the stream, hopefully, and then I could always chop up the stream in bits, especially if it's on YouTube. I could chop it up in bits, and we could just kind of highlight different parts. I would have loved to also have shown like bits and pieces of the movie on the screen, but I'm afraid of copyright, so I probably won't do that. Gotcha, brother. I know you have to go back to work, man. It's nice to see you, 4KO. You being in the building. I see you doing your thing on your channel. It's growing from leaps and bounds. I'm blessed, brother. Blessed. I hope that you just continue to grow and prosper, brother. That's what we always hope. So I'll catch you later. So tomorrow for sure, somewhere around maybe 8 Eastern Time, 9 Eastern Time, which would be probably 7 or 8 Central Time. I'm going to be here, and we're going to go through the marathon with those movies for sure. Appreciate you too, brother. So if you want to collab with that and we watch it, I don't know what's going on with you, your home, your family, and everything. I don't know what time. I don't know how that would work out. But I'll be here. So if you want to pop on and just say something and pop off, but even if you pop on, you probably might have watched the movie already. So because I'm sure you're going to watch it in the morning, whatever, but I'm going to have to watch it in the afternoon. So you could pop on, watch the movie, or you could pop on, you already seen the movie, and just kind of comment on some things you saw in the movie while I'm watching the movie, because I'll be watching. You know what? I think I might actually do part 1 at some awkward hour and then come through with part 2 after. I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely am taking time out to see Rebel Moon Part 2. By the way, just one quick question. How did you find Rebel Moon Part 1? Remember, this is not the director's cut, right? This is the studio cut. Did you enjoy Part 1? Did you think it was anything exceptional? Did you think it was good? What did you think about Part 1? And the second question will be, well, from what I've heard, Part 2 has more action than Part 1, and it's much more flushed out with characters and everything. But what are you looking for in Part 2? For me, I want to know a little bit more about Jimmy. In fact, I pretty much want to know more about all the characters. I have my suspicions about the young girl who Jimmy was, interacting with, and she almost got molested and all of that. And I would love to see the rated R version. I really want to see what really went down there. I'm sure a lot of stuff was cut out, but I'm interested in the young girl because I keep on thinking she's Issa. Don't you think she probably Issa? Don't you think that this is just my speculation? This is just my speculation on it. I like it. 7 out of 10. I know the real fun starts with those extended cuts. Yeah, and also I think part 2. I think part 1 is setting the foundation for part 2, and I think part 2 is going to be more, more stuff going down. But I always think that girl who gave the robot, the Jimmy, the flower of crowns and stuff. I think I suspect she's Issa. I feel she's Issa. I don't think Issa died, because Issa could give life. So and he said she resembled Issa. So I don't know, man. Let me tell you what I think. This is what I really think. I think the Scargiver unknowingly went to the same place where Issa is. She probably forgot what happened to her or whatever. I don't know. And she doesn't even know. She's got this inclination to protect that girl, not knowing that she's protecting Issa. It's either that or she and Issa ended up on that planet. But then she wouldn't just leave Issa behind. So I doubt that. I think she didn't know. She didn't know what happened. I would like to know also what happened to her so that she ended up on the planet. Because the old man was talking to her and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff, that I just don't know about. So I would like to know all of that. But anyway, we're talking about it. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see the director's cut. I 100% want to see the director's cut of these movies. I'm very excited for Rebel Moon Part 2, if you guys don't realize. And I just want to wish you guys a good day as I just try to wrap this up. So I'm not going to take 2 hours on this. I'm not going to take extra time. We're 43 minutes in. This is what I want to say to people. So I said I'm going to do a stream tomorrow. I do not know 2 streams, right, with the movie, but it's going to be in the night because I have to work in the day. I'm actually going out to work in a couple minutes. But here's the thing. We as a group, Rebel Moon was in theaters. It's about to go. It's about to be shown on Netflix tomorrow. You can start watching it early tomorrow morning, whenever. But I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna watch it. Depending. If I don't have to prep anything tonight, maybe I'll watch it tonight and do the stream tonight. I don't know. So just hold it, pause. I think I'll leave it for Friday night. Okay. Even though Saturday I gotta go work. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna do the stream somewhere around 8 or 9 o'clock. That's about 2 hours. So I'll go to 11. And straight after that, I'm gonna go into the second stream, and that'll carry me to 1 o'clock in the morning. And then we could discuss it a little bit afterwards. What you guys think? We'll have a spoiler discussion, obviously. But man, I want to just share one more thing with you guys before I get out of here. Hold on a second.
What was that conversation with Leo and Trina? I think so. I think DiCaprio, he had a lot of great ideas actually just in the meeting. I think in the end he was like, I don't know. But he was really smart about the material and really smart about the character. He had a lot of, and then really, I think he was the one that mentioned to me this idea about Superman fighting the Justice League.
Wow.
He's a comic guy, as I understand it, actually. Yeah. Like, wasn't his dad like an underground comic artist too? And so it was cool. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's good. Yeah, I'll take that. That's gonna happen. Go do your thing, Leo. I'll take that. Yeah. Before jumping into BBS, as for Luther, there was talk that like the studio wanted Tom Hanks, that kind of driver was.
So, just got a little bit of information there. Leo DiCaprio is the guy that, what the hell? that Leo DiCaprio was the guy that talked about Superman fighting the Justice League when he got resurrected. That's crazy. Leo seems to know a lot about comic books, and Zack Snyder spoke with Leo DiCaprio about being Lex Luthor, so that's kind of crazy right there. Anyways, people, I am Christ, I am Disciple. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I know I didn't do anything. Oh, the other thing I have to say, Christ, I am Disciples channel, of course, does music. I haven't put out any music, but it is a song I want to put out. It's the song is called "You Never Know." You never know. So I'm going to put that song out. I promise you guys, I'll put that song out soon. The video, that is, sound video. Plus, yeah, is another song that comes right after it. So there's yeah right after You Never Know. So hopefully I can get those two songs out for you guys as well. And I wish you guys a blessed day. I am Christ, I am Disciple. Most High reigns supreme for my life. I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.